tear on the cheek. Looking a bit famished. You know, I can see its spine as it wanders the plains. It's lost its plow, it's lost its pep, and we're into our second map. Chad believes with an absolute certainty VP are about to win Dust2.
I do. I don't know why.
It's in your bones. You just feel it.
Oh, 1xBet don't believe, though, do they? forZe here taking the favorite ship of our bookmakers. And that isn't the way he's already wanted to start the round by any means. He's been gooshed on down to 10 points of health. But I don't think VP can go missing 2 maps in a row. Surely not.
I've seen Yikinda get started on Dust2, and this time it looks like Flitz got other plans. His pistol round's been cut short, Yikinda down, and the pointy end of this assault now starts to loom towards Long. Sorta, don't forget, was tagged down to 10 HP, so contesting Long with that USP no longer feels like a fun fight to take, and they're stampeding down here. He's going to lose the sight if he's not careful. Sorta makes it really hurt, and so does that for Buster.
Clothesline!
Ouch. He's good. He's done very well to get the bomb down after all of that.
Consolation prize at least. How many more frags can Kicker get here? Has the USP, perfect weapon for the job.
Oh, they're coming. The entire squad is coming. I don't know why he's gone so far ahead of the pack. Flit didn't seem to care. He's playing the one-on-one.
Okay, well, a lot of the T-half of forZe there when they were defaulting into those sites was isolating fights, right? They were just taking duels. There was a lot of situations even for forZe that didn't feel tradable. But for VP there, if you paid attention to their matchup yesterday against OG, go back and watch their T side. It was either B hits or B splits. I think there was maybe 2 or 3 rounds where they didn't try and end on the B bomb site. So let's see if that plays into things today. Maybe it was something they wanted to counter against OG, or maybe they didn't have guns when they had the long spawns. I don't know. It was a little bit fruity.
Yeah, peculiar.
So let's see how we go here with the force buy in play.
They were also getting booked with CT reaggresses. Like, OG was so good at clearing tons for info, clearing long doors for info. They were always in the right place. Like, VP, they had a habit of not really having anyone spread out for their defaults, more all-in maneuvers. And you can see there's gaps already. Like, I mean, tons hasn't been pushed, but it has been unmanned for some time. Now, they have managed to get Yikinda set up on doors, and this is clearly part of the objective. He slinks away now.
Well, with the AK, he's got to do something, right?
Yeah, you'd expect so. There's the only AK in play.
Oh, Jerry's tucked in here. Oh, just pedals away. I was going to say that's a good spot if they throw the standard mid to B smoke. He might be able to get a gap around that. But they're kind of just hoping the rotation comes across their doorstep here. A minute on the clock now.
Stylish. Silent dismount from Sanji. And here comes the mid to B smoke. So Jerry's got nothing to say. Flit does as he actively contests this. Great execution from Yikinda. Takes down Flit, and he's making the hero AK work.
Oh, they are going B again. Up through the upper tunnels here.
Nothing for kenzie to support him. It's just him. He's positioned very appropriately for it and holds the line with the AUG for the first. Repositioning now doors, catching another on the cross. That's a great start from kenzie. Could have and should have perhaps lost his life there as Yikinda had him in his sights. Sanji needs to get the bomb across and does. And they're going to contest this. kenzie's much more vulnerable. Almeza was ready for this, and Sanji with only the Deagle has got a bit of a dream now, an AUG to play with, and 10 bullets is all he's got. 2 different angles to work with. He's being isolated. Good tags. He hasn't finished the job, though. He'd have loved the 1v1.
Oh, you feel if he gets that kill.
Yeah.
If he gets that kill on Almeza, you think he can do it. Wow, they withstand. VP, mainly Yikinda, make a round out of this. It's so mad to me. They're just happy to go and wait at mid doors. They just sat at mid doors for the better part of 30 seconds there. So a close round. Do VP want to buy in again after that? You had a lot of... You get into the site, you get the bomb down, you take 3 forZe members out of the server. Your money's not great. You could go Galil's.
I know statistically Flit's been their best player, but so far in Pro League, I'd probably argue just eye test is kenzie.
You've liked what you've seen from kenzie?
I really have. I just feel like he's the constant closer slash reliable trader.
You know how I was getting excited about Magix and Dexter because they were playing a lot of FPL in the lead up, right? And I thought that maybe that would help get Spirit off to a fantastic group stage. Well, you had just as much, I would say, from Zordi and kenzie in terms of FPL games. I even saw Almeza in a bunch. So they were keeping themselves sharp in a similar fashion. I just didn't expect to see them coming out of the gates like this. Now, an AK has been purchased up for Buster, and, well, we saw a lot of this even on the CT side from VP of Mirage, right? These weird buys where someone had a rifle, everybody else had pistols, and it wasn't always off for the sake of saves.
No, and if they don't work, it just ends up really crippling the VP buys into the first 5 rounds or so of play. That's an if, admittedly, in caps. Armored AK for Buster. And I mean, the beauty of Dust2 is all you need to do is you need to get 2 kills on the B site. And you've got a chance as you flood into the site. Here we go. Test it again. Flip deals with the AK. No issues so far. These orgs are just pumping them full of lead and get out of this B site. VP attempt to break down and test that B site have got nothing to report.
Look at this, P250 from range. Yukinda really just hoping a prayer right now. 18 points of health, but that was a shutout. That was an absolute shutout right there. Sure, Flick goes down, but what an angle that he had. Just, he must have been like a slither gap through the bricks there of that window because it was a very tight line being held.
And there's another AK in the mix. So we will see Sanji, who dropped the previous, have to take the sacrifice, I believe. He gets the Galil instead. So yeah, his AK was thrust into Buster's hands previous.
You know, the rest of us like deathmatch, we do the AK and the M4, maybe a little bit of the AWP. Sanji does. He goes the MP9, the MAC-10, the Galil, and the FAMAS.
And he tests his drop button. He's like, yeah,
it's working.
That's functional.
All right, nice.
All right, okay.
I'm ready for the day. Poor Sanji.
He got spotted. He got spotted. Kick it looks
okay.
far too alert, and Jerry's down. Jane was ready, all the way posted up for it.
Risky maneuver, right? If they were to rush long and do a standard long piece, then yeah, you can understand why you'd go for that mid-aggression. You lock the door immediately here, but Jerry may have given away a bit of a freebie.
This is the fight Yukinda's been training for his whole life. Flit doesn't falter just yet. Yukinda's probably been rewarded far too often with this angle, and kenzie does have a flashbang if he wants to have a look.
They've just left B open though.
And that's wide open for the taking. I guess they can play the percentages here and just accept the save. kenzie to clear out Yukinda. He is floating between the two. The poor soul is responsible for all 5 of the VP pushes. Throws out the flash. CT's react. They'll push short, but the B site is lost. kenzie's distracted, and they're flooding in now. They'll throw some bullets down range. Yukinda's caught, but they have the B site. kenzie can't do anything about it.
It's a 4-on-4 at least, and they have a smoke for tunnels. They have flashes to enable the fight. Never mind. Well, I was starting to ramp. There's no ramping necessary. This will be the save call. So Jerry goes for a look. Jerry goes down.
Save 3 AKs. Like, I don't think you can fault them, really.
Yeah, and this is going to be a long half, right? I think the VP can just grind you down. But again, if somebody at home is keeping count, when we have VP and Dust2 games, just look how many rounds they try and finish B. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure why they feel that that needs to be the go-to, right? It doesn't have to be. It just seems that that's the case with these boys. Sanji not going to find himself anything better than the Galil, so we'll have to walk away.
Yeah, and something OG did very well was fend them off on that B side.
Valda and Nico, right? They had a lot of orgs going. They did a great job of that.
Bang. Yeah, I mean, Jerry, you can see he was taking a gambly play.
Ah, sorry, guys. Guess I just lost the round there. No.
They won't get them again, though. It's not like VP can count on an opening 4v5 from Jame every round, unless the spawns favor him. He's going for something quick this time. Here we are. Down suicide and barrels in to catch a glimpse of one crossing B. That's all he's got to report. They got 3-man CT hold for long initially. Corner smoke's been thrown out, but kenzie doesn't have as much support as I initially had thought. It looks like Jerry and Zorte have other plans. Ton smoke deployed early, and in fact, a quick count of CT smokes. I see 2 more, so they'll be able to buy some time later into the piece.
Yeah, one of the things here is that we still haven't seen a CT-sided AWP come out, so that's still on the docket. That will come in future rounds. So they're just operating with 5 rifles at this point, which does make it a little bit more difficult. These orgs of Jerry and Flip might supplement.
With angles like that from Jerry, yeah, that's an org special.
Look at the lights in Yukinda's room. What's going on in there?
He's got the full immersion.
Look at it.
He's got the full immersion. It's synchronized with the game, I reckon.
Setting up for an A piece here. Sanji could go late long. They have 3 on Cat right now. James still floating around.
Yeah, Sortis AK is going to have to bang here. They're knocking on his door. They want to see what he's made of, and he's been spotted out already. He's not going to be able to contribute much. There's nades and crosshairs all on his position. He wants to contribute. He just doesn't have the means. And just as I say that, Yukinda's down. He was ahead of the pack, and he's been cut down to size. The bomb now planting. Jame beats on in, and it's lovely collections from VP. There's not much more for Zorte to say in this one. He'd need that one-click headshot, and yeah, flashed off, eliminated now. Smokes obscure kenZe's approach from long, but he's not too interested. Neither is Almeza.
Yeah, if they save these now, we can get Zorty into an AWP in the next round. They can drop a rifle across for Jerry, and Flit will be out by himself. But that is assuming that kenZe doesn't go down to Sanji here. Kick It and Jame are also pushing down long behind him. The sound cues are going to draw his attention, and kenZe, between a rock and a hard place, will fall. And Almeza will be the only one to stay alive here. So there you go, 2 for VP. And consecutive rounds. Not something I feel that we were saying a whole lot over there on Miragi. But those rounds as well, they've been able to keep 4 players alive. So working on a bit of a tidy bank in the early stages of Dust2. Overpasses the 3rd, and I know it's early stages, but I just have a feeling in me waters that we are going to be needing that one here today. Last series of your Sunday. Last series, do we have the break day tomorrow? Will be Complexity versus Sinners. And if Complexity are going to win a series, I think that would be their best opportunity in this group. Otherwise, I think they might be bottom of the barrel. Now, here's that CT AWP I was talking about. Jerry's the one to go down to a Deagle, and well, you were worried about them being light on util previously. Check it out now. The CT is operating with very, very little. It's going to come down to hitting some shots, and your VP, you have long control. You have 1:30 left on the clock, and you have so much utility. You could throw the kitchen sink at them here. Look how many nades they have left. Everybody still has a Molotov for an A exec.
Oh, this is beautiful. And they'll start on contact, actually. The smokes aren't there. Yakinda's already across. Almeza, he's going to get swung on. Already the info's there. Almeza does poke out at the perfect time. Support is on its way. Sanji opens up, though, and VP should have the sight. They're up ramp at least. Flit and kenZe coming in from the CT side. Smoked off. Needs onto the standard boost spot. Bomb down. It's working for VP again. They're holding for it. Sanji was ready. And yeah, just pull the plug on that one again. VP, another successful take on this time the long side. And as you discussed, that CT AWP this time, you know, Zorte just had nothing to really contribute. It is going to be a potent element, though.
Yeah, I think one of the things, first of all, if you don't really have the spawn to go lock down long and you don't have the utility to lock down long on the CT side, you don't want anything to do with it. But then the issue becomes if you don't get greeted at a lower dark default or a top mid pick, you're kind of just going to get shut out. The utility there. VP even had, as you pointed out, Yakinda crossing before the smokes had even bloomed. Like, that's madness. So they're feeling very confident right now, and they've been able to get away with a variation of different rounds. They've headed over towards B after an early pick. They've now done a short take into A, and now they've done a long play into A. So we are seeing some variation. Maybe something with VP is they have to get one of their early strats working before they can start feeling like they want to open up the playbook a little bit here. But forZe with another save, this time are left in a more interesting position. The loss bonus starting to build now, 2,900 in the next round of play, so they can have some light investments around these saved guns. But they need to start finding some damage, or at least finding themselves in a position to fight, because so far they've been out of position. They haven't had numbers to trade. They've been overwhelmed, and well, the round's over in the blink of an eye.
Cool. Yakinda's got a good idea as to where some of these CTs are. Nades indicate a perfect read.
Great nade.
Ouch. Oh, and a barrel spotted. They know where you are. Almeza just solves it. Big aggression into Yakinda, swinging out the doors. kenZe's dig has worked as well, and that was some of the lighter weapons in the mix here, Chad.
Interesting now. The bomb is in the open. They know where it is. A smoke deep. This is quite stifling. Buster's walked into B for free. Almeza's actually run past him.
Okay,
oh,
so
Buster's spoiler here.
yeah, he can ruin it all. There is 0% chance that Zorte has considered the door's flank. There's a CT player to worry about as well.
Oh, they've got no idea.
They have no idea. If he
No
does the
idea.
little pixel jump, Almeza could catch you. Oh, Buster's about to ruin their day. Mantle up for the AWPer first. Or take Almeza. Quick react. Double. Big frag from Buster. It's not a guarantee. kenZe's so low, though, he will be found and swung upon. Now, 25, they've got a decision to make. Flit is on A. And they're coming to his domain. They're coming to his domain. He's got a shot at this. Both of them, no idea as to where he's positioned. And he holds the line, ready to destabilize with a good spray. Commits to it as well. And saves forZe, puts a fourth on the board, and Buster's heroics all for naught.
Oh, looks so good on that flank from Buster. Felt like he had done more than enough here, but just thrust into that play. Not enough time on the clock. Don't know where he is. You can't throw one man out there as a bit of bait in the water, but this was masterful. Heard the scope, heard the footsteps, played the round perfectly, did Buster. Did everything he possibly could to bail them out of a very, very rough starting round, but never mind. Round 8, the guns are still there, and VP, they're not broken yet. They will need to hold on.
Look how quick.
He's so fast, isn't he?
It's like he's just got different shoes on than the rest of us.
The thing is as well, look at all the utility with his teammates. They don't facilitate him, right? They're not throwing flashes and smokes and nades to make his life easier. He's just gone out on his lonesome and made this happen. So getting it done.
I have short. Not we. I, Yakinda, responsible for a large portion of the map. Buster responsible for tons. And then the Sanji kick at James show, slowly, methodically, I imagine, going to end up long side. It's how much they'll be getting. That's the question.
It feels very, like when we can see it on the top down of the map, to have a player already up short and a player already at mid doors, that looks very threatening. But forZe are operating under the assumption that that territory is given up, so they need to be able to operate around that, and a great shot through the doors. Buster might cop the nade. It's a little bit shy of the mark, and here they come.
Almeza does get played with, and it enables VP to just completely neutralize that long threat. Zorta wants to step up, he's caught out, and there we go. VP ripping them out of the A site. There shouldn't be anything more to be said about this. Flit, however, slightly competitive.
Jesus, Flit.
Damn, Flit, he's done us so much. They don't boost up, they have to cancel. One across now, they'd have loved the boost, they have to partner up.
Get a bit clunky.
It is. But where's that bomb? Is it behind them?
It's just above on the ledge, right?
Okay, yeah, it's on the lip. Oh my God, he's a beast. He's an animal. They were in such dire straits. When you see the T peeking down into that elevator, it looks like a double every day of the week. The first time it was. But this time, Flit's hitting everything. Like, when we see Zorta miss his shots, he's dead. You'd think it's all over, but Flit comes into this round with 7, and he leaves with 10.
Jeez. What a great round from Flit just there. That is huge stuff, because they isolated the fights there, VP, quite well. So getting out of a big issue as we have Little, the coach, on the screen right there.
Jerry's up the doors, close. Almeza's aggressive short, and he was not ready for that. Yakinda's blown his head off.
It's just already on A.
Oh no, this round's just gone out of control for forZe right out of the gates. All of that hard work from Flit, all for naught, unless Zorte can do something crazy with this AWP.
Oh, almost the double.
Nearly, the collateral, he'll peek off the second flash. Flit's there as well, we know what he's capable of, and the bomb's committed. This could go wrong for VP.
It's loose again.
Bomb loose, sure, but Zorta's spotted. Flit's not going to get another, I don't think. Now, they have B, they have the bomb, and this rotate's not going to be fun. It's a long rotate from Dust2. You have so much uncertainty surrounding how much that they have already locked down this rotate. Bomb safely transitioning through the tunnels. Buster to hold off this rotate from short. And on that catwalk, at least one to report, and it's Flit, quite the scalp to take. Bomb's yet to cross. Kenzie could have caught him, he has no idea. Oh, Kenzie, you have so much power in your hands.
James is just going to ruin this day. Going to pick window to get the kill. That's it. That should be the round. There's no way Zordy goes for a 2-on-1 retake on the B bomb side.
Not with an AWP.
Definitely not. Like, there's a kit on his back. Come on now.
Yo, he's flirting with it.
Yeah, come on now.
He's having a look. He's going to show VP what it's like to go for 1v2s. James detached on the long flank, and it does mean there's some space for Zorty to ramble his way through, but Loud now. And James locked the door behind him. He has to get in there now if he wants a shot at this, and yeah, flank. Comes on through. James can't believe his luck. He'll get an AWP for good measure.
And the money situation for forZe is why I was really, really leaning into the save right there. 3.1 for Zordy. Obviously, he can't buy an AWP. Jerry with 1.9. Kenzie with 1.4. It's an eco. It's probably even a double eco right now. So that's why you would have loved to have the AWP at least to at least pose some form of a threat. Almeza completely blindsided there early in the round. Had no idea they could just walk up like that. So curious scenes. Already seen the Deagles of forZe do some work here today. Let's see. Scout and 4 as long control being worked on right now. Kick it's out towards the blue bin. Sanji not too far behind, and Buster, well, he's bringing up the rear. as Jakinda has to do with the lower dark and upper tunnels push. And James, well, he's not leaving spawn. Why would he? Perched up with the AWP. Just the pixels showing right there, but Jakinda, he goes down. So here we go again.
VP won't let this happen again.
If kenzie pushes upper dark right now, and he can't possibly know it's clear, but if he gets a little wriggle on and pushes upper dark, he can get that again. James just changed across, and the tag as well. This is getting terrible.
Yeah, this is actually getting disastrous for Virtus.pro. They're still in spawn with 1 minute left and a man disadvantage, and I don't know why Zortis just peeked straight into Jamie, gets the equalizer for free. Now, you asked for kenzie to push for info. He's got that.
Get that bloody kit and get it now. 2 smokes for the long cross here. They can... Oh, James actually has the smoke, and he's nowhere with the pack.
Yeah, and Almaze is just there in time. He'll drop the ramp molly. That will shave at least 7 before they cross. Buster spots kenzie's recovered AK up short, but he can still be a voice to contest this. Flitz hit some sort of nonsense no-scope will return to. Kickit needs to clear this site, and Almaze is already a problem. This is supposed to just be a armored deagle. Yeah, they still haven't got the bomb down. There's still 4 hearts beating in the forZe jerseys.
Come on now, put the numbers in.
Jerry can't really deny this, and from behind, Flick can strike a great find. More required. Almaze's Deeg puts his name in the feed, and Kickit's got nothing to say. Okay, forZe will respond. A slip-up in the previous, but they get it done with Deegs and Scouts.
I'd have a smile on my face too, Jerry. I cannot believe you guys walked away with that one right there. And there was a couple of missteps as well. Right, they had the tags, they had the opening deagle kill, and they're still able to walk away with this. That no-scope from Flit onto Buster, where did that even go down? Was that towards mid-doors?
Buster's just typed in the chat, no zoom, question mark?
Oh, he's got said fast zoom, so maybe Counter-Strike hasn't picked up how quick old mate Flit is. And now it's an economical situation here for VP, so they're staring down the barrel of losing their 7th round here within the first half of their map choice. Oh, dearie me.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, it's not like forZe haven't looked perfect, right? And the game has been competitive. And this is one of the things with the VP. You probably get the first, I want to say, the first maybe 15 to 20 seconds of the round could be interesting because Jakinda goes aggressive, right? Then it all just slows down a little bit. And then it's the last 20 to 30 seconds of the round that are really interesting and everything happens, right? So VP, they put themselves in such a high pressure environment where they have to hit those shots in the final throws that it's so hectic, it's so chaotic. And that's why sometimes when it doesn't work, it looks a little bit like, oh, well, that was silly. Why did they put all that pressure on themselves? But when you can go into those late round situations and everybody does what they need to do and it works perfectly, the shoe's on the other foot.
And it's also very hard to find an answer to that when it's all happening in 4 or 5 seconds.
You have to react. Everyone has to react. And look, I'm not a massive fan of the way that VP approach a lot of these situations because it is just so slow and drawn out. But there's a reason that they're rated so highly in the world, right? Like, maybe we're not seeing it so far in Pro League, but it definitely works for them. So here we go. James has an AK, has to die. Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe he wants to just save the AK. Someone else will drop him an AWP. Okay. All right. Just don't go down after time here, James. That would be nightmare fuel.
There is a possibility that he can.
Thing is, he'll still get his AWP even if he goes down after time. It's just Sanji who won't get dropped a gun.
Counter-terrorists win.
Imagine that nade from Flit just bowling down last second. But 7 for forZe. And as discussed, VP are going to once again return fire.
Zordi just had a P90. I don't think that was the intentional purchase.
Bit of an oopsie there.
Maybe a bit of a misbuy. Okay. Well, there must be an AWP on the floor for him somewhere. How many do you think forZe get in this first half?
9.
9? Okay, 2 more. Okay. 2 more for each team. 4 rounds to play left. Let's see how we go. Important rounds here. Money's not great for forZe. Need to be careful how they deal with their finances.
It's a lovely little Xbox smoke to enable Zorta to be completely unthreatened by Jakinda. Same could be said for Jakinda's threat from Zorta's nade. 1 single point of damage inflicted. Nothing to report from Flit's attempt as well. You can see that there's a likelihood that VP want to finish B here. If nothing else is found, they have a tendency of parking Buster and Tons when they want to go B. Yakinda, however, poking and prodding elsewhere.
It almost feels like they're just going to get shot control for free. This is an interesting peek right here. Zordi onto Sanji, right? So you know when you have the anchor outside long, you can send your Orca on a seek and destroy.
They want to isolate, and it's the good call to make. Almeza caught with pins pulled, and now this A site, you should be able to cross in off the back of these flashes.
Nice shot.
James hit a scorcher onto the rotate. And yeah, forZe are going to fall a bit short of the mark here. Now, the bomb isn't on A. That's one factor. It's actually walking through mid to B. kenzie not going to be expecting that on the re-peak. Okay, VP, they are going to make this one hurt, and this will be 5.
Kickit can deny the save here as well. Look how close he is to this already, and he's committed, right? He will fight them. It's only a matter of time on this smoke. Jerry's head's going to be visible in a second, and there it is. Kickit profits. It's just Zordi with that AWP, and well, they know he was long, so they're tightening the noose right now. The push from Yakinda already towards the back of Catwalk. Zordi's locked on in, and this is a big round to win. Remember, the finances of forZe, it's pretty trash right now. Not even a chance right there. So there's the 5th for VP, and even the ones who they got initiated on, they got aggressed on, and then they reacted off of that, right? If the AWP is picking the long doors, let's just run out Cat and turn this into an aim map. If nobody contested and they lost a site for free, right, that's okay. You could probably go, if you're forZe, you go, well, we could retake, right? But because they tried to contest from that ramp, it's not an easy fight to win. That's why I was so impressed before when Flit had a banger over time, but we've already seen these pistols of forZe work wonders. Here they go again. This is a force buy though, so they lose this. Alex Wick could be looking at an 8-7.5 for VP.
Yeah, just as I was predicting a forZe flurry. Gamble stack is a possibility. It's like one way in which they could perhaps realign their chances with long being taken. They've completely smoked themselves, like a nice wall of smoke to clear pit together, which is kind of nice, kind of nerdy. And you can see it as a flash pulled, so they might want to try and take a bit of a fight here against James. Off the back of the flash, he has vision, and they do swing out into Yakinda's AK. Nice positioning and spray control from him. The nade does chip away further at his health, and he'll do a full util dump to try and evade kenzie's hunt. More util from squad. Yakinda's playing around his own smoke. He is full committed to this, but kenzie, by finding one of these, yeah, he's not even going to get a chance. Well handled. Buster sets Yakinda up for success as the equalizing factor, and yeah, Flit's behind him. This was the force buy as discussed by Chad, so perhaps it'd be in their interest to save something.
Oh, not far off.
No.
Yakinda trying to get rid of his gun there, and actually that's quite wise because as Flit gets this kill, there's now no AK to find.
Yeah, that's really quite smart. James not going to lose his either.
That was great, like, micro decision making right there from Yakinda, who knew that he was completely isolated. Zordi's been able to pick up the M4 of kenzie, so at least there's one rifle to carry into the next round of play. But that's really the changing the tide in this first half here. And this is grindy from VP, but much better than how Mirage looked for sure.
Where did he throw it away? Is it just a little ledge above?
Oh, I think he's seen it.
Yeah.
Can he shoot it off? Maybe he doesn't. He thinks it might be too susceptible here to getting pushed, so would love to hold on to that armor. Oh,
he's got it. He's got it.
There we go.
Wow.
Hide and seek.
Okay, so Yakinda, yeah, he hid the Easter egg. Flitz found it and has a lovely Easter after all.
Okay, so this is okay now. I don't know if Zordi... No, he didn't find himself a deagle, so he only picked up the M4. Flit can drop a deagle across, but this will be the eco with the 2 saved rifles here, and just trying to shoot her off the ledge. Nice little maneuver to get themselves a $2,700 upgrade there. Flit does have head armor with this. Now, look, it's not going to matter because there's AKs and an AWP on the other side, but you're feeling at least confident. So let's see how far forZe can push the issue. Flash set up for the corner.
Yakinda's out. The flashes were there, but so is the counter utility from the CTs, and spray as much as they can. Yakinda's decided against sticking around, and he will just dip on out. Okay, change of plan. A lot of CTs present on long, and Kickit trying to keep him busy as best he can as Buster and Sanji surge towards the wide open B site.
Yeah, B would be lovely right now, and I don't know how long it's going to take forZe before they realize this one is done and dusted. They're going to have to pedal over towards the second layer of the alphabet now. Flit is still on the ramp. Zordi is with him. You know what might happen here?
Unicorns. Unicorns may exist for a round.
Okay.
So what's your plan for your day off, Chad? You got any intentions? You going to look after yourself? Go outside?
I have the podcast, the HLTV Confirmed podcast at 8 p.m.
Okay, we can catch that at HLTV Twitch channel.
Yeah, I think, what is it? Twitch.tv/HLTV.org.
Org.
Yeah, no dot. That'll be at 8 p.m. We got a guest lined up for 9, only half the show.
I think I know who it is, by the way.
Oh, what'd you guess?
From the silhouette.
I won't tell you. What'd you
Tabston.
guess?
He didn't actually make a face. He didn't make a face. It looked like Tabston.
We've probably announced it by now. I don't know. I'm not on the socials right.
Everyone always tags me on the silhouettes. I've never been on your podcast, Chad.
Do you want to come on?
Am I not cool enough?
Do you want to come on?
Well, I mean, I don't want to replace Tabson, but I'll definitely be interested in a slot.
All right. Well, I'll float it past the bosses.
See what they think.
What else am I going to do? I don't know. I might go to the gym.
It's a good shout. I should probably get back in there.
Yeah, it's all right in there.
It does make
nice
me feel.
gym.
It just makes me feel significantly less overwhelmed by the little things that
Sure.
otherwise you get hung up on.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Like your brain, your body needs like your anxiety just goes into overdrive when you don't have to worry about the saber-toothed tiger anymore. You don't have to worry about that, but your body just gets back into that mindset.
What if to worry about 3 Dak-Daks?
Yeah, and it has already been a little less fun for Kenzie. He's just probably happy to have his life as our eardrums are abused by the Virtus.pro squad. James finds his Zoom banger amongst the rabble, and we're back to a standard start for VP. We're all familiar with how this one shapes up. It's worked significantly better than it did against OG.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like they've just gone B every single time. So they've had a bit more diversity within their T side here. They've been able to punish mistakes when forZe have made them. And they've been very reactive when information has come their way. So full bags of utility here. I am just crazy impressed with the amount of space on the map they are able to take with a minute now on the clock, and all they've done is throw one piece of utility from Kick It. Just one piece. That is actually impressive.
Yeah. Like, look at how much of the map they've already covered. And here they come. Just crouching into Almazer. He was posted up for that. Left eye for Kick It. Zorta's done very well to deal with the Yakinda push, and he's ready for more. Unloads his mag onto Buster Kick. It's advancing. They've got the squad here. They'd love to get that boost done now. Just in time, they do mantle another up. Flip will have a higher elevated angle for his assault. Flub smoke. That was supposed to bloom, and look what it's led to. A big gap for Jerry to spray through. Zorta finished off. James has to open up the cross, though. And it's likely he will, just on the edge of that smoke. Kenzie's still catching them. And this final round of play still right up in the air. It's undetermined as of yet. Kick It to plant. 10 seconds, dude. Get the bomb down. They need the crazy jump shot. They're both looking the wrong way. Flip with the first, and now just needs to find Kick It. One-on-one, head-to-head. You saw him briefly. Needs to adjust. Kick It will take it. 3 in that round. The in-game leader of VP leads with 3. They take the half as well, 8-7, incredibly close. Will we have Overpass as our third to separate them? We'll find out in just a moment.
After claiming their second major title earlier in Katowice, the Swedes were now aiming for a third one in Cologne, and for the most part, it seemed almost certain.
Through the smoke, it's going to be one. Can he find the second? He does have time. He's going to find a second. It's the third!
However, on the first map of the grand final against Envious, Fnatic found themselves between a rock and a hard place. Time was running out, but in their time of need, Grim stood up to the challenge and opened his team a path to victory.
You saw MBK, he's going full on. He's just ready to pounce on through, and why would they slow down? There's the flash, that's going to catch Crims out. They're going to push on through. MBK gets one, but Crims with a spray down. He gets himself the triple, and Fnatic are not done yet.
though.
There's no need to go begin. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming is to win. You either got it or you don't. You either bought it or you won't. You either wanna give it everything or you wanna cry about a soul. I'ma say it from the jump. Mama ain't raised a chump. My mama raised me to persevere if I'm ever here in a slum. Cause nobody starts at the top. You do your part and you better buy. Working hard each and every day, even though some days it get hard to watch. But you gotta trust the process. Grind hard, don't you ever quit. It's a must, you see the progress. Got a ball till you get it hit. They can never do what I could do, cause they on the same stuff. If you doubt me, then I'm coming to show them what I'm made of. Yeah, always showing your integrity. Yeah, if you want it, I'ma let them see. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy, it's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory, there's no need to go begin. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming is to win. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy, it's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory, there's no need to go begin.
Chad, I have a fidget spinner and I'll give it to you for the rest of the day if you can tell me what forZe are going to do on this T-side pistol. We're map 2, game 2, second day of play for Group B. It's the second letter of the alphabet. But what do you reckon? Got 2 smokes, 3 flashes. Is this a standard long Ghibli?
I think they're going to feign presence somewhere and finish B.
Feign presence somewhere and finish B's the call. The fidget spinner lies in the center of the desk. You can have that if you get it right. Feigning presence long, more than feigning if kenzie gets the first frag out of his Glock. And the bomb's B-side. Oh dear, Chad. I was enjoying that, but...
Well, the fact that they get so much room long, maybe they want to change their plans, right? I don't think they're expecting to get that much space. And you can keep the fidget spinner. I don't need a fidget. It's 1x bet odds are quite heavily favoring forZe now in this one, and Flit's going into B, so they don't have to commit the bomb. The door smoke's in.
Yeah, Buster is ready to challenge out. He wants to catch Flit here on this exact fight. He gets the fight, doesn't get the frag.
Kika has a flash here, Alex.
Yeah, and they're going to push in on it. Lots of bodies doing the dance. Almaza does well with the Glock. Okay, finishes it with style. That's a quick end to a forZe pistol.
So I'll take the fidget spinner and I'll gift it back to you.
You don't want to play?
No, I don't want to play. I'm not a fidget spinnerer. Spinnerer. Spin her up. All right, well, yeah, look, the first half from VP was much more what we were expecting, right? They were slow, but they were decisive when they had to be. They were taking advantage of those little hiccups that accrued, and right now they will be taking a save. All 5 members use the guise of the mid-smoke to get themselves across towards the B-bomb site. And let's see just how many fragaroonies they could find themselves here. Do you know I fixed the shower in the hotel room?
Yeah, with your little Allen key set.
Yeah, it was quite fun.
Did you feel like a real man's man?
I did.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, we're staying in like a 5-star hotel.
Yeah.
I probably could have just asked the people in the hotel to do it.
Oh, for sure, Chad. But it was more about, it was for you.
It was for me.
You were doing it for you.
Yeah, and I thought, and now that I've done it, I'm like, this is good.
Oh,
I can still do things.
I can fix things.
I can still do things. You know, I've started to feel useless.
I think it's all in your head, dude.
You and I could be...
You're serving many purposes.
You know Futurama?
Yeah.
Where they just chop the heads off and they put them in those little... That could be... we could do our job.
Like a headset on the little...
Yeah, that could be us.
On the jar.
Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, we couldn't have done our incredible Mech Arena adverts.
You're true. Yeah,
Could we?
that is true.
Like, I was doing cartwheels on the set.
I don't know if they... Did they get put in?
They didn't put the cartwheel in the set. I did a lot of various, like, beginner gymnastics, and they didn't put any of it in.
It's funny how much of that game we have actually sunk our teeth into. We're playing it every day. Like, no joke.
Yeah, well, we got to do something in the breaks.
Yeah.
Our 2v2 deathmatch record must be pretty high.
Do you see in the clips how they have me and Rushley versus Hugo and Harry?
Yeah.
Should we pitch to do you and me versus Hugo and Harry?
Yeah, I'm down. What was the win? Who won?
Rush and I did.
Okay.
It was a best of 3. We won 2 out of the 3.
I don't know how I feel about the mini maps though. Like
We can do different maps.
Something a bit fruity.
Well, the mini maps was like it's a theme that we all know, but it was just chaotic.
Oh no, clever. It was clever. They looked ridiculous. The Inferno one just makes me so claustrophobic watching you play.
Maybe we could put the challenge out. Maybe there's a 1xbet map or something that we could get on.
Ooh, maybe the one with all the moving pieces they play.
That's quite fun.
That looks fun, and Rush would have fun with the surfing element.
Rush does like this. Well, we could find an extra. Maybe Jay could join Hugo and Harry, and we could have Rush, or vice versa, and have a 3v3. Get the OBS team involved.
MC on the mic. On the mic? On the mouse.
So just note, by the way, Sanji dropped Jame and AWP and has no armor. Just so you guys know, this is the first gun round.
Ah.
So Jame in this situation has to get multiple kills or save.
And Sanji has to play his CT role with no armor.
Impeccably. He can't flub this one. He can't mess it up.
Now, forZe have got full-on control. Now, this is a bit of the Na'Vi special. The exception to it is Jerry parked on short, which means he's kind of got full A control right now.
Yeah. And I don't know how you're going to retake A.
I don't know if you want to retake it. The only thing, the way this goes wrong is if Jerry somehow dies, like, before everyone else.
Yeah, I don't want to say it. 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 I don't want to say it.
I'll say it. It seems Virtus.pro
They just saved last round.
gambled incorrectly again. It's like the last round again, like exactly the same. I feel like we're in some sort of weird Groundhog Day.
What is going on?
Kick it, just jump in the doors. This is very familiar.
forZe have won 2 rounds. They haven't had to kill anybody.
Have they found any bullets? That's the question.
They must have fired a couple.
Let's jump through. So
Jerry hadn't fired any. All right, there was Jerry. Jerry fired none. 35 and 90.
Ammo check.
Gosh,
Next.
go on to the guys from forZe. We want to see how much they had to shoot.
They might have reloaded by now, but yeah.
Flit has shot a couple.
Ah, yes, truth.
Zordy shot a couple. Kenzie shot a couple.
Okay, so probably about maybe
Jerry didn't shoot at all.
so like 20 maybe total bullets fired by the forZe squad there for their 10th round.
Come on now. So they've had 2 rounds where they weren't a threat at all, VP. But
Donks on forZe.
I guess at this juncture, they now have a full buy.
Ah, yes. So now Sanji gets his Kevlar.
Yeah.
We've got the full buy.
Defuse kits, we have nades.
Okay.
It's an interesting way to get there.
Yeah, they got there now. And I mean, it is still a competitive half. Don't forget, it was a 8-7 half in favor of the Virtus.pro boys. So yet to see them wiggle. First 3 converted nicely. Almazer's having his fair share of woes with bad read, Yakinda towards the doors.
Now some damage has been done, so this is nice. Shaping up round number 19 in a much different look from the previous 2.
They're re-aggressing long. There's so many members here. If they boost on blue bin, just should be a trade here. Should be the operative word. Almazer strikes and in a very big way. Man advantage maintained, and forZe have got a lot to play with here. They've still got Zorte holding that rotate from the T spawn. So if Buster wants to get across the doors, he'll have to drop his smoke. He has done so. Backing up through the doors, the unknown entity of that mid push is going to be confirmed clear.
Okay, so Yakinda holds short. Buster, so lucky to be alive there. If that was an AWP.
So they know there's 1B.
Yeah, and James just rotated mid. I think James is just trying to kill Zorti here, like just trying to bait out that individual fight. And now it all does lie on Yakinda, who is at the top of A with the M4. He has a molly and a flash to work with, but really right now it is just Yakinda.
Now this is the story all about how Yakinda shut forZe down. He had 4 little guys and his mum got scared. They rushed up long and he got 1? Maybe 2. Here we go. It's Yakinda versus the forZe squad. He gets 2 for his troubles. And the rotate's in. 2-on-2 established. A game of very high stakes wingman here. Zorte's holding this across perfectly, but they're hugging him close.
You're not expecting this.
I think if you're Jame, you might be. He loves staring at the smokes.
There's no way.
Buster's looking. Oh, perfect from Zorti. Takes 2, puts the 11th on the board, and VP, they really didn't have much of a voice in that round.
No, and after 2 legitimately clean sweep save rounds, forZe finally get to shoot, and, well, they shoot a little bit straighter there. This was good from Yakinda to slow them down. I'm not sure how much more you can ask of the guy from top of A on his lonesome, but this was an out-of-the-book play. That's the intuition there of Zodi to play behind the smoke, and you got to be happy with what he's pulled off. The guns are back out. A buy has been afforded, but Jerry and his squad, they march forward. They can get this one and really apply the pressure here. Back out long, Almeza, where he just got up to some of his better tricks. Kick it and Jame over towards Cat. Sanji already forced back in towards the A bomb site. Buster and Yakinda just have to sit idly by on B. They won't be getting in any action for some time. Look how far they are up long. Look, Kenzie and Jerry are just jiggling it. This is very crazy.
Yeah, this is kind of like what Jerry was getting away with on Mirage. Like Sanji's
Sanji,
playing reactive with a smoke.
Hi, Sanji.
Huh? A good shot onto Jerry. Flip ready for Yakinda. Still Yakinda bests him. A dink exchange. The bomb's not there. Zorti's caught him. James out mid as well from short side. This is all a bit
All sorts, isn't it?
backwards. Now Kenzie's gonna be pushed here, and yeah, just not looking the right way. Flash is great to punish Almeza. They confirm the side's clear with the jump.
If
And
they
now,
just cut noise.
ooh, he spots one going back towards the site. So he knows Kicket's gonna be playing default side, 2 CT side. Oh,
That's
the
Jay.
AWPer. He's taking him down. He knows Kicket was working on the site, but it's Buster's tight line that is rewarded, and now Zorti's just not ready for it. Okay.
What a round.
That was a really unusual one. Virtus.pro, they handled that, like they kind of thrived in the chaos, it seemed. But yeah, the read, I suppose, the understanding of VP's setup was so high that the forZe walked into Sanji with a bloody smoke ball.
That's crazy. The fact that they're happy just to jiggle long like that, Sanji's going to get the fright of his life right there. I didn't know he was playing a jump scare game by any means. And they really should have converted off of that, right? But you didn't need to extend past that point. Once they had control, they could have thrown their utility safely towards short. They could have had the rest of the teammates come up and smoke off long. So an opportunity gone missing there for forZe. But can they respond? Kick it. He's just been burnt on down. This is starting very well for forZe here. Lots of pressure applied. VP being forced to be active across the map again. At least they have long control with Sanji this time round.
Perfect pop flash for that tight line that Jane was on. So they've denied the info there. And Yakinda and Buster both kind of not only swapping weapons, but swapping positions. He has the smoke available as well to play this jiggle smoke defense.
Yeah, the bomb is in upper tunnels right now, and that would be the mistake. If they headed over towards B, we could call this one GG, because Kickett's closed doors. He can stifle or slow down any mid to B plays, and well, he's hearing all of this.
Very loud about this one. You'd have to have the perfect pop flash for Kickett, and they just go dry. Multi-kill. Locked in. And there's nothing left for the remaining forZe team. I mean, Sanji's going to surge forward, take the space that he knows is available, and it enables a flank now here onto Almeza and Kenzie. Back to the tunnels.
Oh, Flip might catch Sanji back turned here. He's not going to tuck in. He's actually going to push down mid.
Oh, good taps. Okay, so that's going to get Jame a little worried.
Is there time for this? We're talking about 25 seconds as they're just in T-spawn. I don't know if there's time for this. Can they go completely around the world here? Not now. Not after that. I think this would just be a save.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Careful now, Almeza. Don't lose that AWP.
On him in my book.
You reckon he gets CSGO'd?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Almeza, not known to be an AWPer.
Put him in my fantasy team. This guy's always seems pretty handy. I remember watching him back a couple years ago, and I really liked the way he would supplement the setups when necessary, right? He'd always make the unselfish play that was the right call at the time. So he's a handy addition to have to this team. But okay, forZe. Previous round, maybe missed a trick. This one, you got absolutely booked. Let's see what you can do with the saved AWP, a couple of AK-47s and a Deagle, because
Yeah.
VP are really starting to sink their teeth into this second half now.
All those saves are starting to show their worth when you have buy after buy. VP now, of course, with 2 in consecutive fashion. Sorry.
There's only the fidget spinner, it's all right. Nothing broken, we hope. Whatever happened to the cube?
Somewhere.
It's in the back of the dryer with all the odd socks.
Yeah.
Oh, flub the hinge smoke there. So They should still be able to traverse their way up. Nobody is contesting right now. But right now, they're postured still quite heavily over towards B, and a 3-man gamble stack from VP is in play. Yakinda, Kicker, and Buster. That just leaves the pressure on Sanji towards long, and Jame with the AWP floating between long and short. So a short execute would be the best play right now. They would just need to make sure they have enough flashes to hold Jame at bay, and Almeza needs to go really, really late.
Interesting standoff in the tons there, but Flit does deter. Yakinda pulls the smoke out of him, and it's Jame actually ready for Jerry. forZe are losing men all over the shop. Sanji does collect onto the long doors.
They're going to save again.
Yeah, they might have to.
Yeah, so they're following in VP's footsteps here. And I feel like forZe aren't taking the path of least resistance right now, which is actually putting them in the crosshairs of VP. Like, they could have gone cat with an execute. They had short. They've had short a couple of times here, but instead they're trying to go out late long. I think part of that is wanting to isolate Sanji, but he's got the big bad bodyguard of Jame there just peeling them away at the long doors. So there's almost a bit of bluff calling from VP, because if James scoped in on long and Sanji's close long doors and they had 3 towards B, that means that they're hoping nobody just walks out short. But we've already seen that forZe walked all the way up long, right? So they're happy to take these risks. But in this situation, for whatever reason, they didn't want to go out short. They didn't want to take the space that was given to them. And now we find ourselves tied up 11-11. Now, this is really starting to be a bit of a gear shift here, right? We had the first 4 out the gate, 4 forZe. They've won both pistol rounds and converted in this map. That's a huge leap in the right direction. But in the gun rounds, they're really starting to struggle. You have to remember in that first half as well, 2 of the rounds that they won were with lower buys, Deagles in play. So when you add all that up, VP are coming out on top with these full rifle rounds. Jerry had a great first map, but is currently sitting on 4 kills. So if he could find the timing, find a bit of impact with an opening, he went 9-1 as far as opening duels went in the first map. Right now, not having an easy time of things. Flit on 17, 14 apiece for Almeza and Zorti. 11 for Kenzie, and oh, there we go. Jame takes down Kenzie, and things are starting to heat up here as another frag falls, and I think round number 12 already secured.
Oh, it's so funny how quickly it swaps. VP, these frags are coming real early and very consistently again. Flit cancels his mid-presence as James Molotov does fill the doors. Off the smoke, James been timing this very well. You'd think the seasoned AWPer in James has the advantage on this fight. He knows not to give up any more than this. He even heard it, so they know there's an AWP patrolling. Sanji starts his crawl. He's got Yakinda to call upon as well. Now Flit going to be the last member to mantle up that Xbox. I think he should be safe from the Sanji flank, but they will have nothing to report, which is information in itself. So they are locked in.
Yeah, they're screwed. They're going now, but Sanji can be there. He can respond in time.
A cursory glance. Flank is on its way. Jerry still can't spot anything. He's looking the wrong way. Sanji strikes. And Flit's got an entire team to best with only 30 seconds. They're all over him. Sanji to finish it with some style. All right, 3 for the Sanji Meister. And, well, VP will be taking the lead after a slight lead on the half. 8-7. It's been taken away from them until now. They return to their winning ways.
I'm hoping with these pistols that we see forZe investing in that they throw caution to the wind and just go a little bit scrimmy on this, because now when they're trying to play things by the book, do the defaults, position themselves for an execute, it's not looking great. And I know that they got picked off with 2 early kills at the start of that round, but let's just go. Let's go all in. B-rush. Here we go.
James going lower tunnels, dude, with an AWP.
Oh, he's going to catch Jerry, isn't he?
Runs away as he fires off his shots. Short to react with a great nade placed at the toes of Jerry. But yeah, James going to be the reactive third this time for the B take, should they try and get that bomb down, which I imagine was and is the plan. I see some utility departing their hands. Advancing, actually. They want to fight this. They dispatch Buster to have a look ahead of the smoke, and stray bullets will connect. Yakinda put on notice.
Everybody from VP is here to deal with this. Kickett's mid, James doors, Buster towards B, Yakinda back a plat. Okay, Kickett's down. Here we go.
Yeah, maybe there's something to be said about this one as James is so blind and closed doors. Kenzie with more impact.
Come on now.
Damn, Kenzie makes the round just happen. 3 in the blink of an eye.
That should never have happened. Everybody from VP besides Sanji was there to deal with that. Everybody.
I don't understand.
It's a what?
I want to see how he killed Kickett. It looked like he caught him just as a smoke was blooming. Maybe he was trying to just re-smoke the doors and Kenzie caught a timing, but...
that was like a powerful setup. Yakinda back a plat, James to chip on in from the doors, Kickett dealing with the mid push, and Buster just playing safety net at car. Well, we definitely got to change up. Everybody from forZe stayed together and they're executed as a pack.
And they leave with 3 AK-47s for their troubles. They came in with just deagles.
Beautiful stuff here. Kenzie getting that AWP as well. That's going to help the finances. Bomb goes off, 12 to 12.
No one has to rebuy apart from Malmeza.
Whew. Okay, well, this could have a couple more chapters in it. This was the frag you wanted to see. I don't know, maybe
Did you learn more from the replay or do you have more questions?
I'm probably a little bit more confused, but so's Dust2. He's not happy with that one whatsoever, and I can't blame him. He's the coach of VP there on the screen. Well, big red button's been hit.
I told you Kenzie's sleeper OP, bro. Where is his scoreboard? Okay, he is right bang in the middle of the pack. Let's see this one. So, does he see... There he is. Look, he sees his little toes.
Okay, thank you.
God, our replay team are nerds. That's brilliant. Good job, guys. Great catch.
DJs as well, apparently.
Right, well, double orb's been brought out, and that is one way to quickly bankrupt yourself on the CT side. So if forZe win this one and don't allow VP to save anything, down the stretch, they're looking good, but they need this one right here.
Double orbs in the mix. Buster's going to be using that to try and lock down B. It may enable a 2-man mid-hold. Let's see what the spawns indicate for forZe. They haven't got anything particularly longy.
No, I don't think long will be on the docket here. I wouldn't mind something a little bit more team-based, right? If they can get cat control, just go for an execute on towards A. Make sure they avoid these double orbs, though. Make sure when they find where one is that they don't just quickly run into the other, because James and Sanji up to their usual hijinks up towards long. Kickett floating a ramp. Buster's AWP about to be put under a lot of pressure here. They're actually going to flash back and peek into this. The timing not good. The damage done. Down to 11 points of health here, and Jerry's surging forward.
Oh, Jerry, taking some chances.
Why do they keep doing this?
I don't know. Dry into James. It's like they want Sanji so bad, but James always there to be the bodyguard. And they're still trying to force the issue. Almaze is dancing with them. He's ahead of the smoke.
Going out long like this hasn't worked for them once. I can't believe they keep returning to this play. It's going to be a B split now, but Almaze is committed. It's on Jerry and Zordi to make their way out mid to B, and then Flit to come through and have to deal with Buster with the AWB towards back of plat. I don't know where this is coming from forZe.
Ooh, James again with the crosshair in the perfect place, and Zorte not long for this world. Almaze will at least show presence and face on long. And that might get VP's defense a little skew-whiff. Jerry's got to get that bomb out of there. Oh, he's just not expecting the strike. Kickett catches him, and Yakinda can strike again from the alternate. Yeah, they're just getting picked apart here. Call it 13.
Yeah, and that little resurgence late I was talking about, we can cancel that as well. VP should close this one out now. I don't think forZe have the right read here. Whatever they think is the call, it's wrong, right? They have walked into James Orb dry at least 3 to 4 times now. Just straight into him. Here you go, have an opening pick. He has just sat there glued in with that AWP. You're this late within the half now and you're still trying to exploit Sanji as that weakness on long. It's not working. It's not working at all. So forZe need to find a solution.
Yeah, I mean, mid to B and a potential cat execute are both on the list of things forZe could do more of.
I don't know why they haven't gone with more of the cat execute. I'm not sure what they're scared of. Maybe they are worried about James being a little bit more invasive in that area, and now maybe he will be, because if they go late long again, he's just going to have to be questioning, what are they doing?
Yeah, Almaze and Buster both had very good spawns. Buster's used his double orb to try and take a fight, and James taking his up mid, which has netted him a frag. Oh, they did so much damage, but it's VP that find the frags. Zorti looking for a whole lot more than just the one. He's caught Sanji, juggling with weapons and celebrating the victory prematurely. Don't forget, Jane was tagged up incredibly heavy, so that wallbang potential very high in the head-to-heads. Auto cancels early. James across, bomb under the rule of Kickert, so we might just watch this one peter out. They've got nothing really to say or do about round 27 without these guns.
They've definitely been watching a lot of VP. The amount of saves that forZe have had in this half as well, right? And it makes sense, right? I can't critique them for doing the right play by the book. But when they make the wrong plays by the book, which is the dry walking out long against James Orb, that's when I really start to get a little bit salty about things because they're close.
This is their 4th T-round save of this half.
Yikes, okay. And it makes VP's 2 back-to-back eco and then in the rifle round save, it makes those look less silly, right? Because at least theirs seemed justified. Right now, forZe's, they're making a couple of plays, the plays aren't working, and then, well, then they have to go for this because they have no other option. Right now, next round to play, 2,900 is the loss bonus. You guys add that on the left-hand side of your screen to the money currently left over for the dead players, which is Jerry, Kenzie, and Almeza. And we know loss bonus coming in for that of Flit or Zorti. So right now, VP almost feel like they have a clear finish for this. It shouldn't be too long. You've got Buster and James who are finishing the round. They still got all their nades on their back, so they're laughing, grinning from ear to ear. And there we go. Round expires. 14 gets notched up on the right-hand side of your screen. And only 2 more rounds for VP now will be taking us to Overpass as our 3rd. Just around the corner. And then James mixed it up, right? Oh, James been AWPing long every round. He's just been picking us off dry every round. Let's go far short. Oh, James here. So VP are in the driver's seat, right? They're the ones who are 1 step ahead of Jerry and his calling. And it's hard when you're behind that 8 ball to change things up, but maybe a B rush could be the play. They had success over here before. They're heading back in again.
So if he's not flashed off the line, Buster will likely have the Xbox mantle of Jerry. Ooh, big finds. forZe will take that. One of the double orbs bested, and now it's just a question of Kickert doing damage on the way back in. Zorti does punish Kickert, and surely the B site has only got 1 man left. They know it's Yakinda, but Yakinda is standing and fighting. Does go 1 for 1. It's not ideal, and it's enough to at least incite a save out of the remaining VP members.
Oof, giving them a bit of a taste of their own medicine right there. So 2 early kills coming in for forZe. That shot from Almeza was mammoth.
He was the one that was right at the back, top mid.
That was huge, right? They obviously baited it with the jump out there, lured the AWP into the fight, but still to hit a shot like that, that's an absolute cracker. That's a round winner. Ready for that rotation to kick it, who always seems quite eager to rotate over. They knock him out of it, and then you can see just how much pressure Yakinda's under, right? He has, in that moment, if they're not coming B, do I reposition? Do I get closer tunnels? Maybe they come mid to B, and then I get put in a rock and a hard place. Well, they just appeared on his screen.
Jerry, come join the pack at the bricks. Come hang out.
Ah, yes, the bomb radius.
Crouchy Bouchy.
Everybody's favorite. You should not... No, never mind. I'll save it. I'll save it. I'm going to save it. A technical timeout has been called. Yakinda has timed out from the server. So give us a moment while we restore play. Hopefully he's back in a moment. Let's catch this shot from Almeza here. Bang! From downtown. And using the hinge smoke, it was thrown correctly this time just to catch Kickert's little toes. Trying to make it under the smoke, and a great one from Jerry there as well. So we'll get Yakinda back in the server as soon as humanly possible, I hope. And then we can get play underway. Do you have any plans for tomorrow? You do some laundry or something?
Laundry, some photography.
Okay. Did you find a good spot yesterday?
Well, the bridgey bit, the grungy, bridgey area was short-lived. I ended up in a weird little park.
Okay.
There was a lot of like kind of community projects, lots of like picnic tables with like, it seemed like there was intent, like parents
Is
had
that where the
grouped
ping
up.
pong was?
There is ping pong.
Yeah, that little park, right? There's like a castle type.
Bingo.
Yeah, it's a nice spot out there.
Yeah, I took a couple of snaps. I need to edit them. I'll do that tonight.
It's kind of near Media Park area.
Yes, which is exactly where you dispatched me towards. But other than that, I'd love to spend some time outside. I highly doubt we'll have a rain-free day.
Let me have a gander. It's not looking good. Today's very thunderstormy, I believe, in the afternoon. But here we go. Yakinda's back. And we are at the business end of the second map here. So let's see. Double orbs out again. Hard to call this one right here, right now. still am leaning in VP's favor. They've just looked more convincing. They are down the bottom of the barrel of the finances here. So an important round as we get the default spread, the 3 through the tunnels. Almeza and Jerry close towards lower. Kenzie dealing with the upper push. zortzy now joining them with the AWP. And these mid to B smokes out to give them a little bit of a buffer from the B hill side. And maybe, just maybe, forZe might go for an A set piece here. They have all the nades that they need to do so.
You've been begging for this, Chad. Let's see how it works and interacts. It's not like VP have not seen this execute before. It's even called the Avangar smokes a la Adren's Avangar.
Plenty of time for this so they can... Oh,
wow. He's
okay.
actually just dropped Jerry, who went for the CT drop, and Kick It very aggressive. He's got Kenzie to trifle with around the smoke, and that's the bomb carrier, so Kick It's playing a very dangerous game. I think he hears him, still unloads his mag into Kenzie through the smoke. VP set for success, the bomb in their grasp. It doesn't really look like anyone's moving a muscle. They don't have to, I suppose. Almeza does at least clear the site. Jamon long. More than just Jamon long. Oh, he gets both of them. zortzy through the box as well. Flit will at least neutralize James, so perhaps there's something to be said about this.
It's in the barrel.
Ah, Flit needs to get that orb equipped. zortzy just needs to survive.
He's on 32 HP.
Live, zortzy, that's all you can do. And he can't do that. It's not planted for the orb on Flit. This is just a matter of time. He'd have to hit every shot as they cross through. They'll dump nades as well. He flashes for himself to try and find the first in the head-to-head. They have to cross that box. And they've smoked him off. Perfect wallbang. Oh, not quite. This time he does hit the shot, just not enough damage. You need to hit the head and from a straight on distance as well. Call it 15, and yeah, it was a bit flat. Kick It takes the wind out of their sails so quickly, though, with that frag onto Jerry.
That's why I guess they didn't want to do the short piece, because apparently Kick can defend the site on his lonesome just by dropping the smoke and getting this done. I don't know what it was that gave it away there for him to start unloading his mag into the smoke.
Oh, that first bullet was right next to his head.
Not far off. All right, well, swept aside now. Double orbs on the T side seem to be the response here. Almeza and zortzy have the big greens out.
Locks down any short, funny business. Careful now. Oh, James, too easy for him. Catching Jerry. He's just got his finger on the pulse of this forZe side. He has a firm understanding as to how they're going to approach it. Great utility from Kick It. You see the effect that has on Kenzie.
It's good to get the VP response here. Now, look, it's definitely been drawn out. They've had to battle for this. They've had to play it by the book, but only 4 more kills now separating us from the third map of Overpass here.
Overpass.
Could be a nice little change up. Been doing a lot of Mirage, Inferno, Dust2. The normie maps have been coming out in buckets and spades recently. Setting up from mid to B. Kick It again. What an absolute pain he has been for forZe.
Oh, they know where they both are. And James already on the flank. zortzy was waiting for him, but you peek back in, you will be punished. James prevails, and he can't quite finish his meal. Flit thrust into a 1 versus 3, and he's opted for the AWP. Sanji on Goose would be a very hard clear with the AWP. Let's see how Flit remains loud about this. Very loud about this. It's going to have to be a quickie flicky. Oh, gives it all he's got, but that's it. VP will take the D2. It was their pick. It was a hard fight in the end. They do at least take us to Overpass. As discussed, we're breaking that one down and seeing if we can separate forZe and VP on the third. For now, though, breaking it down at the desk, back with Trace Stunner Serenix.